Hey there, this is Andrew, and I just wanted to bring a quick update about the Keyforge Winds of Exchange GameFound campaign and its status, and some cool add-ons and stretch goals that they've announced and have already been unlocked because I'm recording this the day after launch. I had a busy day yesterday, deal with it. Uh, yeah, but there's really cool stuff in here. There's at least one additional card spoiler. They're handing out card spoilers to channels. I haven't gotten a reach out yet, so hey, hey Christian, I'm here. But anyway, there's other cool spoilers coming out. The campaign you can see right here is doing great, so that's very exciting. And look how slow I was. I wasn't even in the first 1,000 backers, so eh. Um, but anyway, let's talk about this. So the campaign launched yesterday, and we already talked about the levels. I'll give just a quick overview of those. They have, if you go to the GameFound page, which I'll link from the video description here, but if you go there, they have explanations of what why they think this is a good idea. We've kind of already talked about some of that, and some of the reasoning I think isn't necessarily the real reason, but it's fine. I think it's a good idea. So, okay. Anyway, you probably already know what Keyforge is, but I'll probably put out a video at some point soon, just trying to help back that up in case there is anybody new running across my channel. Certainly do a how to play video before this arrives at people's tables. Okay, so yeah, so the pledge levels, they're what had been announced. There's the middle one, the Reaper of Amber at 150. This is a really great value. Um, if you're wanting to do some Keyforge, I think this is a good way to jump in because obviously the mats are a little extraneous, but you're getting the 12 decks and then you get that personalized deck, which is just such a cool value. So I think that's a great way to go in. They have the novice level, which includes a starter set and 2 additional sealed decks. So essentially, what you end up with is 4 playable sealed decks at that level, and then 2 starter decks that are not tournament legal but are geared for learning. So that for a new player that could be good, although I think it'd be fine to just go in at Seeker of Decks. And if you don't have tokens, use stuff you have around. I got small poker chips for cheap that I use, and then even though I have the cardboard stuff because I just really like the feel of the mini poker clays, um, or hit up the community. There are lots of people with extra tokens who would be, I'm sure, willing to send you them at cost. Okay, the so yeah, that Seeker of Decks level that gives you just 6 decks is, I think, really good value, and I think you're better off going to that middle $150 level, but this is a good way to get in the game. I think a lot of people will be doing this as an extra pledge along with a main pledge just to get a few extra decks and for reward benefits. We'll come back to that. So, and then this was the original level 2 Hunter of Shards at 75 where you get 6 decks and a mat. But a lot of people ask for, hey, is there a way we can not get a mat? So now the mats are valued at $25, so here you're saying, I don't want to pay $10 for something that's worth 25. But if you have a lot of mats, that's actually really reasonable. So if I do extra, if I do a couple extra pledges for reward purposes, it'll be probably the Seeker of Decks level. Okay, then you have that Breaker of Chains level. This one is really nice. This one gets you 3 personalized decks, 3 personalized mats. But this is a good one to go in on with some friends too, if you have that option, because you're getting 2 other play mats, but you get 3 personalized decks and mats to go with them, and 3 full displays of Keyforge plus some extra toy stuff. So, and dollar for dollar, that's a pretty good value. The Turner of Keys is an even better value. It's the cheapest you can go on decks. Although I haven't seen somebody do the math. Maybe somebody did and I just didn't notice it, but I didn't see somebody do the math with the add-ons, or the bonus things added in, because like for example, they're saying that every well, okay, I'll come to the stretch goals in a second. Anyway, I just haven't seen stretch goals accounted for here. Okay, so let's see, stretch goals. The ones that have already been unlocked are these two, uh, this free token creature card set. Now this one's interesting because what it says is all backers will receive one free token creature card set of their choice. And that's a little weird to me because what it incentivizes, it seems like to me, is if someone's going to add an extra pledge like that extra 6 decks, they're maybe better off doing it in a second account. The following bonus also could factor into that too, but I don't have a second account where I followed. But if backing that second pledge level with a second account would get me this, why would I do it on this account? That just seems a little weird. Probably I should ask about that in the comments. Anyway, but that's pretty cool. So, and it's been confirmed what this is they're mini cards. I think they're mini cards, and you get a pack of 72 of them, which have an A side and a B side. They're two-sided. So a pack of 72 will have one card that is two of the token creatures for that house, one of them on one side, the other one on the other side, and 36 copies of that, and then another 36 that are for the other two token creatures. So by the time you're done, you have, yeah, basically 36 little token creature markers that you can put on that are like actual reference. So yeah, that's really cool. And I could see a lot of ways to use these, but it seems like a nice thing to have. So that's a nice benefit. They have that as an add-on for $10, a token creature card set. And actually, I don't know. I thought these were small, but I actually don't think they're small. I think they're the actual size. Oh man, I was going to see if maybe using the drop down here would let us see the full token creature set from other houses, because we don't know what they all are for some of the houses, but nope. Anyway, so you can get this as an add-on for $10, but if I can get it for free by creating a second account, that seems like a weird incentive. Oh well. So the second goal that was unlocked, which that was at the $250,000 level, this one's at the $300,000 level, is an extra deck included with every pledge. And this is a better way to structure this, I think, because it means if you add on another pledge level, you get this. Although, again, just blows my mind a little bit. Why not scale this with the pledges? Like, it seems weird that at the $150 level, I would get one of these, and at the $420 level, I would get one of these. Why not say, actually, at the $420 level, you'll get 3 of these. At the $750 level, you'll get 6 of these, or something like that. It just seems a little. It just throws things off to do it this way, and I have not seen, because essentially what it means is at the $150 level, you're getting the the display plus the personalized deck, that's 13 decks, plus this, that's 14 decks, right? 14 decks for $150. At the $65 level, you're getting 6 decks plus this, though, so you're now getting 7 decks for $65. Right? Well, 7 decks for $65 versus 7 decks for $150 means your actual per deck price is cheaper at the Seeker of Decks level. Now you're getting additional add-ons at the $150 level. You're getting mats, and the one of those decks is personalized. That's a huge benefit, but it just throws things off, and I wish they scaled it with the pledge level, but whatever. I mean, it's an extra bonus, so it's hard to be upset about that, but it seems like it's giving people weird incentives. Okay, so but this is cool anyway. I didn't even explain what it is. It's an extra deck, but it's not just an extra deck. It's an extra deck that will have an exclusive graphical treatment, and they have confirmed what that means is it will have a special border around the cards. It's not foil or anything like that, but it'll have a special border around the cards, like they've done for some events like Grand. They gave out some prize decks, some decks as prizes for Grand Championships, which was like a weird series of events that they did once, and they were hard to get to anyway. But they gave out some prize decks that had special card borders, and these will be like something like that. So that's really cool. That's a really neat benefit, and it's on a per pledge basis. So definitely no incentive to create additional accounts here. Although I do think it kind of weirdly incentivizes which pledge level you pick. The next unlock will be at 400,000, and it's worth pointing out they had initially set this at 350, and they increased it to 400. There's some speculation that maybe they just really underestimated how much. Shocking, people underestimate how much interest Keyforge will get. It seems like that may have happened, and so now they're scrambling to raise things, or they did it by accident. I mean, honestly, it could just been that it went at 350 by accident, but that's okay. So this is insane. This is an insane benefit, and it is also on a per pledge level. So adding another pledge gets you another one of this benefit, but it's an unchained deck, and it's important to point out right at the beginning this will not be tournament legal, but it's going to be a Winds of Exchange deck that is generated with a lot of constraints removed, and it sounds like a lot of probability values tweaked. So what they say is it'll have almost none of the normal rules and balancing, and it will feature much higher ratio of Legacy and Maverick cards. That's crazy cool. So you could end up with a Jenka deck in Winds of Exchange. I'm assuming they're not reprinting Martian Generosity, but you could end up with the Legacy one. That'd be really cool. So very like really we could end up with several. So this seems really crazy. This is maybe your chance to get a Legacy Maverick or something. So yeah, much higher ratio of Legacy and Maverick cards, no guarantees of balance, order, or even sanity. They will be marked as an unchained deck, so it's very obvious, and they will not be eligible for tournament play. That's really important to understand. Or in regular tournament play, that's what it says. But who knows, maybe one day we'll host some Wild and Zany Unchained events if we dare. That'd be really fun, having a bunch of people with these kind of decks. Now, to do an event like that, though, it seems like they would have to make it so that there's an option for people to get these later as well, because, well, I guess you could host an event that some people just don't have the opportunity to participate in. But every Keyforge event up to this point has been you could go to a store, pay $10, buy a deck, and you could enter the event. And so if this is like a total exclusive, that would seem weird. So maybe they're going to do more of this in the future as an option. But it does also make sense to keep this marked separate and not available for regular tournament play, because these could be really crazy but fun. I'm excited, and this is actually the reason why I'm definitely going to be doing a secondary pledge just to get a second one of these for my daughter, so we can play them against each other. And it, as a bonus, we get that extra deck with the border too. But think about it this way: now those numbers are even different, because this means if you go for the $150 level, you're now add on this, you're getting 15 decks. At the $150 level, you're getting 15 decks. At the $65 level, you're getting 8 decks. That means that if you do the $65 level twice, $130, you're getting 16 decks, which is more than the $150 level. Now, granted, some of the two that get you over the line to having more are not tournament legal, so that's that's something to notice. But still, it just kind of boggles my mind that they aren't scaling these. So anyway, that's yep. Okay, but it is so cool. I like take that complaint with a grain of salt because I just think this is so cool. You probably should just do multiple pledges and figure out a way to get more of those because I think I don't know. I think this even the secondary market value on those is going to end up being pretty high because some of them will be so bonkers. And the other thing I'll just say, because this is just how Keyforge people work, there's going to be some people who, let's say, let's I'm just going to be honest with you. Probably there will never be an actual organized event that uses those. It would be really cool if there is. I would think that'd be awesome. But probably Murphy's Law, there's never going to be. There are some people who are going to like bank on there being. And so if somebody opens like a Legacy Jenka in Winds of Exchange with an Unchained deck, or just something bonkers, right? Somebody's going to just pay stupid money for that on a whim, thinking maybe it could happen. So, uh, so that's interesting, and that also makes me want to get maybe one or two extra, but we'll see. And you know, I could just have bad luck, so they can all be super bad. We really don't know. All right, there are a couple of stretch goals left to unlock after that. These were announced right away. The first one at 500,000 adds on localization or translation, in other words, into French, German, Italian, Polish, and Spanish as options. Those would be selected at the end of the campaign. Hey, this is actually the language I want these in. I kind of doubt that this will be like a per deck basis. So like I would love to get, you know, have a display that's like a deck from each language, and I doubt that'll be an option. So I'll probably just be getting all English. And it is worth noting that the Archon titles on the back of cards will still be in English. So that the deck names are still going to be English, even if you get the cards in a different language. Um, I think if I were not an if English were not my primary language, I'd probably be a little chafed by this, but um, it, I think it probably makes a lot of things simpler and easier, to be honest with you. Um, but I can also see if these are your languages, you could be a little annoyed or frustrated. Um, these are all Western languages. The next stretch goal after that, and I think we probably will hit this at 750,000, they'll add on Chinese, Korean, Portuguese, and Thai. So Portuguese still Western, but these other Chinese, Korean, and Thai are Asian. Oh, and both traditional and simplified. So two different versions of Chinese. So that's cool. Yeah, I think that's good, and I'm sure they're basing this on, you know, who has bought Keyforge decks in the past where they've sold. So um, it makes sense, and I certainly hope we get there because I know there are at least some players from those markets that would really like to have languages or decks in their own language, and that's super reasonable. So I hope we get there. Really quick before I sign off, I'm just going to cover add-ons. So um, I mentioned the token creature decks. You can get additional ones of those for $10 each. Actually, I think each deck of these is enough for like at least 3 players, probably for 3 players. So in all likelihood, what I'll end up doing is getting together with some friends and doing some trades. But if I get 2 different ones, then I think I'd be in a good position to end up with 12 of each token creature by the end, which I think would be very nice. The advantage if you have a full set of 36 is you could actually slot it in as the card back in clear sleeves. I don't think that would be tournament legal though. So yeah, I don't know exactly how that would work, but I suspect Not a lot of people are going to be doing that. But for casual play, that'd be fine. I more intend to just have them there to set on the creature after it comes on the token creature after it comes out. You can add on a starter set. But I mean, if I were going to do that, I would just add on the pledge level with the 2 extra decks and get the 2 extra decks. The collector set, that's included in the top pledge level, but it's just a copy of every card, not tournament legal at all. You can add on an additional deck if you want, although, well, yeah, you can add on an extra deck. Extra playmat. I don't think many people will be doing that. These are cool. You can add on the multiplayer scenario options, the co-op adventures. Now, I actually already got both of these printed by a third party back a while ago, and I have those. So I'm not going to be doing these, but if I didn't have those, I would do this because this is actually a pretty good price compared to what I got before, and I'm sure it'll be even, closer to normal Keyforge card quality. So this is a great option. I think a lot of people will be adding this on. Um, I would not get one of these playmats only because that's really all you're going to use it for. Although if you're super excited about it, great, do it. But at that point, you're paying 65 for a cooperative scenario versus just the 25 if you just get the cards. So the playmat seems like a stretch to me, but what do I know? So, but yeah, I think those are good value. If I did not already have printed versions of those from back when it was just print and play, then I would definitely go in for that. Um, Other than that, yeah, I think um, I'm excited about these stretch goals. I hope they add on some more cool stretch goals, though I don't even know what they would be. I wish they would add like some of this stuff as add-ons. Although I guess, hey, you can, if you want the extra Unchained and um, special border deck, you can just go in for more copies um, of those first 2 pledge levels. There, the $50 or $65 level, and that's pretty reasonable. So anyhow, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I guess I took longer. I took a while here, but um, at 334 it looks like right now, so we're almost certainly going to hit that 400, and I think we'll end up hitting the 750 and getting localization options unlocked for everybody. Hope that encourages you. Hope you get involved and get some decks so we can get Keyforge out there. Really looking forward to this, and hope you'll even find ways to forge some keys in the meantime. Thanks.